Alright, so this is something strange that I want to show you guys, and this is going to be really, really cool. I can't wait to show you this. So we have our first battle, right? You see how that works? We're cutting through the enemy, they're doing damage, we're telling them to go screw themselves. Then of course we have the second one, we kind of do the same, do a lot of damage. Dude, that shockwave is something else, I tell you. That is brutal. Then of course we have this one, and that Vega just murdered my poor Vega. Because like my Vega has 1/8 of size, right? We get a last final defiant hit, so that actually does a little bit of damage. So then we have this guy. This guy is freaking tiny. Super duper tiny. And it looks like he's going to lose, right? Then he hits me and does a little bit of damage, so that kind of hurts a little bit. But I am running a member bot and stuff like that on my Rogers, right? So now, for some crazy reason, my defense stance has actually made it so that he can't hurt me, right? So he continues to throw what he can at my people. And I'm also running that weird AI, the AI1 that gives you like a strong forward shield to protect your front row. So as you can see, every time he hits me, my soldiers heal and come back. And as you can see, that's triggering all of them to heal. He can't do anything to him, And I just healed up another soldier, got more soldiers back, got more soldiers back. Nasty hit. And, even though my Rogers is tiny, he is running a mass health point build. And yeah, so as you can see, we are just kind of holding our ground, not really taking any damage. You would expect that this guy would mess me the absolute F up. Because he's using Pioneer as well. And that did absolutely nothing. Breakdown, although extremely powerful, because he is not running, wow, look at that. Look at all these soldiers coming back. So my Menderbot is actually pretty high considering. Is level 16, it needs to be higher, but you got it. Watch this. That just gives me more soldiers back. So as you guys can see, I'm getting stronger and stronger every time he attacks me. And the Tyrant cometh would be a direct hit. And look at that, I'm getting more soldiers back. So this tiny commander, which is throwing down with a big boy, is messing him up. And I think I am running late on Rogers. But let's go ahead and take a look once we're done with that. When Rogers has finally reached full defensive stance, nothing can actually hurt him. nasty hit. Because remember, gosh, that dropped him down almost 150 soldiers. Because remember, he is running tear space on his ships and running a mass health point build. So we are hitting really, really hard. And I tell you, if anybody was having this IRL, like on the server or in Galactic Campaign, they would be fuming. By the way, my Vega is a tough dude. So I'm very happy with them. And you know, this is only with all level 40 equipped. Like, you know, he's not running things like Orochi is, like all that mega setup, but he's running some really good stuff. And as you can obviously see, this is just messing up real bad. I have taken down hundreds of his ships. Gosh, that just dropped him down like another 120. Gosh, that is murderous. Gosh, that is just look at that. That is just horrifying. And now all my soldiers are back up to max health. Or almost. That's a pretty good kill that he did. Yeah, my Cyan shuttles don't really do much of anything. Gosh, that just dropped you down 110. See, we just dropped him down and now down another 120 soldiers. Each one of these hits is just murderous. Because, you know, his initial attack is not really doing too much. I dropped him down like maybe 2. Gosh, that terror space is what really does it. But yeah, as you can see, I've taken out, what, like, almost 2,400, maybe like 2,100 tier 12 airships with 5 slots, and he's fully maxed out with everything. Look at how insane this is. What are you gonna do? There we go. And here's just like a final screw you on top of that. Yeah, I just gained all my soldiers back. Then that's just insane. Here, I'll show you what I'm running on Rogers. So as you guys can see, all level 40 equipment, 2 Aldebarans, the Beetlejuice, he's running a Megrees, and then he's running the other one. So he has total health points 788%, and then total airship health points 48%, so that's about 828%, 830%. Doesn't have much for attack. A decent chunk of defense. Damage reduction is 50%, which is already pretty darn good. Critical weather is 450%. Penetration is 40%. That's pretty darn good. Skills trigger rate is 15%. Total resistance is 25%. That's still pretty good. He's running Hercules protection. So damage will be so defense increases by 60%. Attacking units with freeze armor will cause the attacker's attack to decrease by 60%. Link's Radiance, that gives me after each action, each ship resurrects 6% of the missing units, unaffected by unable to recover health points. All you just need is Power of Scorpio on him, and he's going to be FMB set. And then we have Cassiopeia, which we're going to try to get another 10% total damage reduction on him. So that we are running some pretty darn good stuff on that. And yeah, we only lost like one row of 57 origins. And the other guy, let's go ahead and take a look. I bet you he's kind of pissed off that he's lost that. But he is running health, a little bit of health points, a lot of attack, a little bit of defense, no dodge really. Oh, there we go. Total dodge. Okay, so he has about 152%. Critical damage, 150%. 300 percent for strength and weaken effect. Critical weather, penetration. So he is running Light of Gemini, he's running Seaforth's Majesty, and he's running Hercules Protection, and a little bit of Light of Libra. And a little bit of Virgo's Radiance, because he's going for strength and weaken effect. This is an interesting build. He's running an interesting build. He's using the rabbit headbands for strength and weaken effect. He's running the I forgot what this little thing is. I don't remember what that is, but I think that's health points and defense. He's running the critical pants, Overlord, I think. He's running a Titan, he's running penetration. It's actually not a half bad build. But unfortunately, that did not work out for him. Now, if worse ever came to worse, my Orochi would be like, and then just F him up. But yeah, considering the fact that my Rogers actually held the line, that's pretty darn impressive if you ask me. So good job, Rogers. You actually won me that round against an enemy that was like almost 20 times bigger than you. That's not too shabby. And you were also missing a slot of soldiers too. So congratulations on holding the line. That was very impressive. I am very proud of you, Rogers. Yeah, that is, you know, and here, I will show you guys. Yum yums. Yeah, let's go and grab those.
Prepare yourselves.
And I will show you guys again what these are. The Terra Space. After hitting the current target, it inflicts an additional damage on the target, equal to 20% of the initiator's current health points. So, because we have just a F-ton of health, that's like, you know, health points, just base stats health points on this. And then you have plus like 880%. That's like, he's doing like millions of damage just by the Terra Space itself. Sorry, not millions, but like he's definitely taking down a lot of stuff that the enemy has. Because these have, you know, basic health points, but that's not too much when it comes to the Terra Space. Because the initial attack with the Origins it's decent, it does a bit of damage, but then you have that Terra Space with all those multipliers attached to that, and that's just brutal. And as you can see, more health points, skills trigger rate, damage reduction, Aldebaran, a crap ton of health points, Aldebaran, crap ton of health points, and we also have some critical weather and penetration, which are both helpful when I hit. Then we have the Magries, which is resistance, health points, and resistance weaken effect. And that, remember, resistance weaken effect is much easier to get up than SWE to overpower that. So that also helped us out a lot. And as you can see, we have a ton. Everything is pretty much health points based. And yeah, this is the Beetlejuice. So we have the damage reduction, critical weather, and resistance weaken effect. So that's also another 150%. So we have like 300% resistance weaken effect. So that means the other guy is going to have like, oh gosh, what is it, like 1200, like 900% strength and weaken effect or something like that. Like, it's an insane number that you have to have. It's like 3 or 4 times the amount of strength and weaken effect to overcome resistance weaken effect. So resistance weaken effect pretty much just tells the enemy, screw you and your SWE. I got RWE, eat that. And as you guys can see, he is running level 15 Menderbot. So he has Lynx and Menderbot, which will allow him to recover lost units. So that's pretty darn good if you ask me. And then, of course, we have the defensive stance, 100% chance to trigger before next action until the activator's next attack. Damage on all our troops will be reduced by 30%, can be overlaid. So pretty much, this is all of our troops. So if my Rogers can survive the first 3 hits, he's pretty much invincible. And yeah, that is a really high chance of, you know, go away. So what I want to do is go ahead and remove these for a quick second. I'll show you. So with that, without both of those, and here I'll also do one thing better. Just go on to Lucifer. There you go. So now with this has dropped down to like its base stats of 20%. It's not much. And this has dropped down to its base stats of 80%. That's not much. I mean, that's 80% still pretty decent, but it's meh. So we have 60%, and we have 60%, 80%, and 20%. And that's just bad. So we load all these back up, and then what we do is that we go back to the Dominion. And then what we do is we go back here. This is now 75%. This one is now 75%. This one's 100%, and this one's 25%. It doesn't seem like that's much more of an aid, because 25% is like only 5% more than what it was. But that extra 5% can make a difference. That means there's 1/4 chance of him being able to activate that. And this is pretty much 1/4 chance to trigger before next action. The activator skips this attack, and the next attack will hit and be a critical, and attack will increase by 240%. The effect is not affected by other skills. So pretty much, I think the only ability that could actually hurt him is Sister Wolf's No, is Steam Cannon by Metal Jacket, or no, by by that one guy, the big F and where are you? Metalhead, Thunderhead, Thunderfist, Full Metal. There you go. Chance to trigger before next action, clear all enemy buffs, and until next action, all enemy dodge and critical decrease by 1%. So yeah, if you get hit with this, anything on I think it's either one or all slots that get cleared. So Steam Cannon might be able to go against that, except for Lynx and Menderbot, which are not affected by that, as far as I can tell. So Menderbot and Lynx Radiance are a big help for that. And you know, once I get the stupid Rebel up to level 100, or even just like level 90 or whatever, just depending on how things go, I'm going to start working on like AI 1, because AI 1 is going to be pretty effective at helping Rogers be a very viable commander. Because like I said, right now he is kind of small, but as you guys could see, as you guys could see, he actually did a pretty good job at holding back an enemy that was like 15-20 times his size. And just as a reminder, this AI-1 has strong shield. All allied troops in the front row gain a shield, which can absorb damage equal to 0.5% of the target's max health points for 1 round. And then, if I really wanted to, I could run Rebel on him, All of our troops in rebellion state revive 8.6 population and gain a rebellion mark when taking damage. Each rebellion mark increases initiator's damage dealt by 8.6% to the end of the battle, cannot be removed. So that is actually pretty strong if you ask me. Oh, here we are. Grants all our troops 2 AM marks. Consume all marks after the action. Each mark revives 0.1% population. Receive energy every time a commander skill or plug-in skill is triggered. The more energy you have, the more marks the future skill will add. Eternal Power might actually be really effective on Rogers. I should definitely check with my people and see if that would work, because that seems to be effective. But we also need to make sure that we have that initial defense at for Rogers at the front, because if we can like survive our first attack, I mean, jeez, I don't remember if this one goes first or last. Shoot, give me a second. Doing a quick sperms. Let's go ahead and see if we can, you know. Alright, cool. Alright, that works. Daddy Plus, or yeah, you're not going to defeat me. But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty darn cool if you ask me. Anyway, guys, need to go back on my other stuff because I need to sleep and make sure that my eyeball is doing good. Overall, the doctor said that my eyeball is doing fantastic. I think I just forgot a couple of my eye drops throughout the day, so my eyeball was like all pissed off. But you know, I've done very good at being able to keep up with them though. And I took a 500 milligram naproxen. It's like it's a medical grade kind of like pissed off version of like naproxen sodium. It's like a very strong NSAID. So I'm on steroids. I took a naproxen. That should help with the eye inflammation in case I kind of spiked a little bit. But yeah, naproxen is good because it can help your entire body feel better, helps reduce pain, reduce discomfort, and gets rid of all that extra inflammation inside your body. So, you know, sometimes I need to take that to kind of give my body a little bit of an extra boost. But yeah, I'm very happy with how well things are going, and you know, God has been very good to me. Dealing with a little bit of depression, dealing with some kind of psychological stress, just not exactly doing the best mentally, but you know, we're still keeping strong. You know, God's with me, he's taking care of me, you know, he's giving me you wonderful guys for helping the channel grow. You know, our wolf pack continues to grow. I'm sorry if you guys don't exactly like AI generated stuff. It's just, you know, I had a free trial of unlimited generations to like bring my characters to life. All that artwork is mine. I have purchased that and commissioned that artwork. So although that artwork is mine, unless I specifically say it's not, my most recent video with that kind of like creepy music in the background and Warai laughing up a storm, being all creepy, the big old creepy wolf that he is. It's kind of like my most recent video. That's kind of a fun one. I'm not exactly trying to go along with the trends, but I do try to find unique and fun ways to kind of give you guys new little things that pop up on my channel, because I don't want to go months without, you know, releasing some content. So I know that some of my content might not be as high quality as you guys may like, but you know, if I have access to AI and can help bring things to life and show you guys kind of some fun ideas, then yeah, I want to be able to do that, because it kind of gives you guys a sense of like depth to my characters, which is, you know, pretty darn cool if you ask me. So yeah, I mean, you know, I personally think that's pretty cool. But yeah, yeah,
But yeah, so things are going to slowly get better. We're making progress on my new house. We are digging up the basement and digging up the foundation. We're going to put the house kind of like on these concrete block stilt type things. We're going to kind of build our way around the house, and then we're going to dig out the entire basement and then pour in a new uh, foundation, and we're going to build the house from the bottom up pretty much. And my area is going to be pretty darn cool, so I will show you guys more updates once more substantial work is done. It's just going to be basement work for about a couple more months, so not really anything to show you guys there. But once we get the new concrete poured and once the new basement has been finalized, it'll take about a week for that concrete to cure, because that is a F ton of concrete. It's going to be like 150,000 pounds of like concrete that we're pouring. We're going to get a company that just pours just a F ton of concrete into the house. It's going to like the ground is going to sink a little bit just because of the immensity of the concrete, but it'll settle. It'll compact enough and it will settle, and then we will pour a leveling compound, because we are dropping my area of the floor down like a foot to 2 foot, to 2 feet, to make the ceilings from 6 feet to about 8 feet, and then back to about 7 feet once we put in the flooring and the leveling compound. And the leveling compound will allow us to be able to have a strong base that will be level. Of course, that's why it's called leveling compound. And then I will show you guys updates on that. We will start building up the house, and we'll get some really cool stuff underway. I will be having a 2 bedroom, or it's technically a 1.5 bedroom place. So I'll have like my main large bedroom, and then I'll have like a very small guest bedroom slash office area. So that way I can do like computer work and things like that in the office area, and just like listen to music and just have fun. It'll be kind of like my little game room, and then when I have guests over, I can just like put like all my computer crap and stuff inside of the desk, or take it out or whatever, and have that all be taken care of. I don't plan to have too many people over, but I do have a friend from Bulgaria that comes over like every year or so, a couple times a year actually, and it'll be nice to finally be the host for him. He and I are very good friends. We keep in touch, and like I said, I want to show you guys pictures of my trip to Bulgaria. I've been having a lot of medical problems lately, and I know my trip was like effing like June, and I went to Bulgaria. So I'm sorry it's like a half year late, but I can't wait to show you guys just how awesome Bulgaria is. It's gonna be a great video. I just need to reboot my old phone. That's going to take like a day and a half to charge because it's dead. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty effing cool if you ask me. I'm super stoked because we are about 30-ish% of the way done with digging and concrete work. We have like a large portion of the place already ripped up, which is awesome. And once we get that concrete poured, and once we get the sewer lines and everything else, cycled through, we're going to be set. Like, we're going to get some awesome stuff, and our house will run on natural gas, so we will have very cheap energy and things to work with, because it will not all be electricity, because as we all know, electricity is going through the blip-blopping roof. So this will be a huge help for us, because natural gas is extremely plentiful, and with the new leadership in control, they're going to try to make stuff a lot more affordable for the people. So I think that's really, really cool. I'm very excited for that. So yeah, we live under an airport and next to a fire station. So those are two things that, quote, bring the property value down. So we won't have to worry about like massive increases in taxes and all that crap, unless some crazy nutcase you know, socialist piece of garbage takes control of our city. But as far as I know, we're doing actually all right. And, you know, that will allow our house to grow equity because the house was pretty much in just mass disrepair. So, as we build up the house, we will not only be building equity because we will have the house and be working on it for, you know, like a year and, you know, making it a nice, happy living area. But these duplex kind of living quarters houses are wicked high on the market, like, because it's going to get more difficult and more difficult for single family homes to be established. So duplex houses and stuff like that are huge, and you know that will definitely work. And if I ever want to sell my portion of the house, um, it will already have a 2 bedroom or office space for either like a single man or single woman or a little family that's just trying to, you know, make ends meet. You know, we could like effing, you know, sell that portion of the house for a lot of money. And you know, it is estimated, you know, once all the loans and stuff are paid off, that we will make approximately like 180% equity on the house. So like, you know, if like we bought it for like almost 500k, and you know, after all the expenses and things are done with it, it'll be about 560 to 600k. And then we will be, and if we really want to 10 years or 15 years down the road sell it, we could probably sell that house for like 1.2 mil, because it's in a nice neighborhood. Even though it's under an airport, you know, it's still a high grab area. And because you are right next to emergency medical professionals and are kind of like on the main route to the highway, that's a big buy point for people. So you can hop onto the freeway and drive to downtown very easily, or you could drive down to a different city within like 5 minutes. We're in a really good area. We're kind of in like a tri-city type, well, portioned area. Like we have like freaking downtown, then we have the other city, and then we have like another portion of a city that's kind of like in between cities that leads to like you know to a couple low income people stores. So like there's so many different things that are around our place, and I'm also close to like 4 or 5 different big hospitals. And if worse ever comes to worse and I have a medical emergency, I can easily call, you know, the ambulance or quickly run over to the fire department. That's like literally 800 feet from, no, 300 feet from our house, and be like, hey, help me. And they will, and they'll get me to where I need to go immediately. Like, it's super awesome. So our house is in a very prime area, and if we can keep this thing up and running and get the duplex up and running, and so that way my sister and I can live there, you know, we're gonna have a bumping house, man. I tell you, it's gonna be a real cool place. And we have 3 yards. Now, that sounds weird, but, you know, hear me out. We have 3 yards. We have, so imagine this is a yard, and this is a yard, and then this is our house, and then this is a yard. This is a house, and this is the front yard. My sister will have the front yard. This is our house. I will have the backyard, and then we both share the backyard. So we have like, we live on like a 18,000 foot lot, like a third of an acre. So it's a really nice place. So we have like a nice big place to live in. You know, we have like big trees everywhere that, you know, give us shade. And yeah, you know, once you get used to the planes flying overhead like every couple of minutes, you know, you get used to it, you know. I've already gotten used to it. I barely even hear them anymore, at least inside the house. Unless, like, we have, like, a giant effing cargo plane that goes like over the effing house and shakes the entire thing. Sometimes those planes fly a little low. It's just like, hi, how you doing up there? You just hear the big thunderous whine of the engines. And then just... But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of really cool stuff going on in the future, and there's a possibility that within 2025 or early 2026, I will finally be able to get myself a doggy and not be lonely and depressed anymore. Yay! I'm a mental mess. But hey, God's getting me through it. I'm going to be seeing my medical. I'm going to be seeing my general healthcare doctor tomorrow. See if maybe they can get me on a little bit of an extra boost. Um, when you have ADHD, there's a larger possibility of you developing depression when you're stressed or frustrated or feeling unheard. So I'll probably get put on like Zoloft or something like that. They tried to prescribe me that earlier when I was in my beginning stages of trazodone, but I wanted to be like, I want to try to see how long I can last without being on trazodone. While being on getting used to trazodone, but yeah, I'm gonna need a little bit of extra help. But hey, if you're a Christian and you're kind of worried about, using the world for help, remember God give us medicine to help us heal ourselves and get better. Like just remember, you're using resources that God give us. There's no problem asking for a little bit of extra help, for like if you need that, like because here's the thing: if you don't get yourself tested, you might not know that you have a problem until it becomes a real serious problem. So for me, what I want to be doing is having a little bit of a brain test done, a little bit of psychological evaluation, and see what may be able to work with my ADHD and not have an adverse side effect or interaction with the trazodone. Trazodone is an extremely safe, non narcotic, non barbiturate type drug, so it won't mess you up. It's not an amphetamine. Or anything like that. But yeah, so I'm gonna about talking to the doctors about other non-narcotic type drugs I can possibly get to help boost my morale and mental state. Cause yeah, I'm having a little bit of trouble lately, but like it is, if you don't own up to it, then you're just gonna be in a world of hurt and afraid to do anything. So hopefully this will be able to help me get through the season, or at least until the stupid house is built. Once the house is built and my area is set up, I will probably be in a better state of mind. But until then, it's probably going to be a little rough. So I'm going to talk to my doctor and see if we can do like a midterm type treatment plan to see if that can help me with a better emotional mindset. Because spiritually, I'm doing all right. God's taking care of me, and I have faith in Him. I pray each and every day. God continues to work in my life each and every day. But emotional state and just kind of morale is kind of low. So maybe the doctor can do some research and some tests and see if there's something that can help me out without being like a one of those yucky drugs. I am on steroids, but it's topical steroid for my eyeball because my eyeball's all pissed off. It's all grumpy. I mean, it's definitely doing a lot better, so praise God, hallelujah. But yeah, just gotta work on that. Sorry this video is taking forever. Just kind of want to give this guy some updates. So just please continue to pray for me, guys. I don't think anything bad's going to happen, to me or my eyeball or mental state. But it's best to try to jump on it to see if there's something that can be done to help mitigate it. So it doesn't have to solve it, because God's given me strong fortitude. But even people like me, sometimes we just have our limits and we just say enough is enough, and we just kind of shut ourselves down. So I'm hoping that maybe God will provide me some kind of medicine that will be able to help avoid me going down a more secluded path. I would still always have God, but just starting to shut myself off from people, and I realize that's not a good thing to do when you're already dealing with depression that's trying to come back I've done so well of being depression free for such a long time, but I mean, I just suffered about 21 years of depression just because of just how messed up my mental state was. But once I got out of school and got done with my first job, I was actually in a pretty good state of mind for quite a while. So it's a little scary seeing the depression trying to come back. But I think it's just because I'm going through more hormonal changes, just because when you're in your 30, well, when you start, getting close to your 30s, your body starts doing changes again. So I'm going to have the doctors check my testosterone levels, check my hormone levels, make sure everything's balanced and proper. Because, a big, strong dude like me, even we can still have imbalances and problems. So if there's something that we can do to help balance things out or temper things, then that'd be great. And, if nothing needs to be done, then I just am a derpy dude that has problems. But, hopefully we can have a little something that can give me a little bit of a morale boost. Because, yeah, even Christians need help. And, like it is, we need to acknowledge that God give us materials and medicines to help us get better and get through the day. We aren't expected to do this all by ourselves. God gives us, tools and doctors and things to help us out. So we just gotta remember that, there's no harm in having a little bit of extra help, because that might be God saying, hey, I have this here for you. You just gotta take it. Now, you should always pray about it first, because, you want, to make sure you're making the right choice and that you're doing the choice that God wants you to do, because, He knows what's best for you. But, yeah. I'm sorry. This went from, like, a really fun video about my Rogers down to, like, me talking about my brain and dumb stuff. So, anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. Thank you guys for just, being awesome and for being supportive of the channel. I do hope that you guys will continue to follow and share the content around, because I would like for my stuff to, to be shown around. I hope that people will enjoy just these happy little videos, and if we can get to 1,000 Wolfpack members, I can start having a little bit of extra money. Because as we all know, money is helpful. But anyway, guys, this has been Sabin Dimitrov, aka Dinsville the Astrowolf. It has been a wonderful pleasure having you guys here for this video, and I greatly look forward to see you guys on the next one. Thank you guys for being awesome, you guys stay awesome, and always remember, God bless.